What up, YouTube? My name is Kylie Fries. What I started doing recently is filming my intros with two different options of the direction that I'm pointing in because I still don't know where my name is on YouTube. I watch YouTube every day, I don't know which direction it's in. So I'm now filming two just so I can go back when I edit and make sure that at least one is pointing in the right direction. I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've been on YouTube. I'm very sorry about that for those of you who actually keep track of my videos and watch them on a regular basis. I say regular, I don't post them on a regular basis, so how could you? The last video that I posted was actually around Valentine's Day, and even then that video itself was filmed like back in like mid to late November, so I haven't even seen you guys in a while, which is so weird. That's why I feel like weird sitting in front of you guys. And yeah, things have changed. Obviously my hair is like a weird kind of pink color. It was like right before Valentine's Day, so it felt theme appropriate. It's on my head right now, but here we are. And yeah, it's that time of year again. My birthday, woo! I say woo just because like birthdays are exciting, but at the same time I hear someone's like honking like crazy outside. I don't know what the fuck their problem is. Yeah, so it's my birthday and I'm super excited because I never do anything for my birthday. That sounds really sad. I mean, I'm fine with it. I've never really cared that much about my birthday, but you know, I like my apartment. I like having people over to the apartment. Like, I find it really cozy, and so on my actual birthday, which is a Friday for once, at the same time I hear the numbers 2 and 4 together. And I'm like, 24! That's almost a quarter of 100. When I hit 25, like, when you're a teenager you want to get older, but then once you're in your 20s you're like, I don't want to be 30-something. Like, 20s are probably the best decade to be alive in because you're like old enough to, you know, like do things, but like you're not so old that you don't have that much responsibility yet. And I am here for that. I don't want the responsibilities and I want the able to do things. So like right here is where I want to be. And like to already be 4 years into my 20s, I'm like, I figured I would keep up the tradition and film one of my favorite videos that I've posted on this channel, which was 23 things that I learned in 23 years. So obviously there's one more year under my belt, and so obviously I must have learned some new things. I'm just gonna tell you some of those things that I've learned about life and about myself and other people, and I impart some of my very wise wisdom on all of you. So without further ado, here are the 24 things that I have learned in 24 years. Dogs are still better than humans. Being asleep is better than not being asleep. Not that my like real life sucks or anything, it's just I really like sleeping. If you eat a whole pizza in one sitting and no one's around to see it, do the calories really count? Yes, they do, you fat piece of shit. If you're going to enjoy a glass of wine while you take a nice relaxing bath, I would suggest using a plastic wine glass because I found that your bath becomes significantly less relaxing with pieces of broken glass floating around in it. I learned that lesson the hard way, so you don't have to. It's okay if you only have like 3 good friends. It's not like fun exactly. Like, why doesn't anybody like me? Why am I so annoying? Why am I so awkward and antisocial and say things that are inappropriate and offensive without really meaning to? But yeah, having only a few friends is totally fine. You don't have to be super popular to be happy. I mean, some people should just be grateful to have any friends at all. I've come to accept more and more that meaningful tattoos have no place on my body. I mean, I've got this like rad owl tattoo on my forearm, and just recently I got a tattoo of a giraffe on my ankle, and like my next tattoo, I want to get this giant tattoo of a wolf like on my thigh just because I don't know, wolves are like really cool. They're like badass dogs and I love dogs. My body's basically just gonna be like Animal Planet at that point, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I've learned that I like girls just as much as I like guys. Like how I just casually threw that in there? The ocean is not my friend. I was so mad that I'd never been anywhere that I could actually see the ocean, and I was so excited to go to Mexico. I am like actually be near the ocean for the first time. And then when we went to Mexico, all it did was fuck with me. And I threw up into it. Sorry again about that, ocean, but it's your fault. And then the other time that I like innocently went in there to collect seashells, the waves were so rough that they literally almost drowned me. Yeah, not a fan of the ocean after all. Speaking of Mexico, I still hate planes. Yeah, that vacation did nothing to fix that fear. You know you're lazy when you keep getting those promotional emails from like stores and companies that you don't give a shit about, and every time you're like, I should really just unsubscribe, and like all you have to do for that is like go to the bottom of the page and hit the unsubscribe button, and then you'll never get the emails again. But instead, every single time that you get them, you're like, huh, I should really do that, and then you just proceed to delete every single time that you get the email. Yeah, just me? I have way too many bathing suits for someone who only goes swimming like 2 times a year. This one's a little more serious than the other ones, but like it's really true that the most valuable friends that you'll have in your life are the ones that actually make an effort to be in your life. For the record, I know that I'm shitty at staying in touch with people. I do know that growing up, the ones that I was always annoyed by because, you know, they called my house every day, like multiple times to talk on the phone, and I was like, oh my god, like stop. And like looking back, I know that those were the best friends that I had because, you know, they tried and they wanted to be in my life. I will never truly be happy because Lin-Manuel Miranda will never be my husband. But after saying that, I actually kind of like teared up. Like it's a joke, but I actually like teared up. Like he's never gonna be my husband. On a related note, my life will never truly be complete until I go see Hamilton on Broadway with Lin-Manuel Miranda as Hamilton, no exceptions. I learned, or at least I realized, that the best time of my life was when I was a kid growing up, specifically just because I had nothing better to do with my time than to play Neopets and Habbo Hotel and VMK, and that was a good time. Speaking of which, did anyone else play VMK, Virtual Magic Kingdom? Because that shit was the best. Speaking of video games, I've always wanted to play the Sims games, and growing up, I never had them. I had like Zoo Tycoon and like those shitty like CD-ROMs that you would get in cereal boxes, and I did play games, but I never had the Sims. And I would see my friends play it, and I always really wanted to play it, and like my parents never got it for me. I finally got to download the Sims Free Play app on my phone, and yeah, it's just as good as I thought it would be. Fuck you, Mom and Dad! I've learned that I forgive way too easily, but I would rather be that way than someone who holds a grudge forever. That's so much work, I'm too lazy for that. I've learned from working in customer service over the phone that it's entirely possible to smile and roll your eyes at the same time. I've learned that I love animals, but not enough to stop eating them. I've learned that I've got a bit of a foul mouth. And I'm fucking proud of it! I think I'm pretty funny, but I could never do stand-up comedy because I'm too lazy for all the standing. I'm a big advocate for the belief that experiences are more valuable than things. I mean, as a shopaholic, I definitely love things, so that's saying something. But experiences create memories that you can look back on, and I think that's like worth a lot more than stuff that you have, because you can't get memories from like stuff. I mean, maybe buying the stuff, but even that's like an experience that you had. It's not like the actual thing itself. So yeah, I would much rather, instead of having like a fancy purse, I would rather have like one good vacation a year that I would spend my money on instead. I don't believe that being with the same person your whole life would get boring, because people don't stay the same. People change all the time. So over the years, as people, you know, get layers to them, and you get to fall in love with like those different parts of that person, and I don't think that's boring at all. Something I've learned is a lot of really random general knowledge facts. Like, did you know that giraffe hearts weigh like 25 pounds? or that actually giraffes used to be called camel leopards before people thought of the word giraffe, and even now the scientific name for giraffe is like Camelopardalis. Or that Julius Caesar was once given a giraffe as a present and then he fed it to his lion. Actually, maybe it's just that I know a lot of random facts about giraffes, which is still pretty cool. And finally, the 24th thing that I have learned, actually that I've learned this year in particular, is that working the graveyard shift does, of course, have its disadvantages. But the one thing that is awesome about working overnight, a lot of other people can't say the same for, is that I have seen so many sunrises, and that I would like suggest to all of you to just see more sunrises in your lives, because watching the sun go up, it just makes me feel like special. It's so beautiful and it makes me feel that like life is amazing. I don't know if that's just me or not, but I would highly encourage, if you've never seen, like if you've never done an all-nighter for whatever reason. I mean, before working overnight, I had done an all-nighter maybe once, and I just remember feeling like so alive. So working overnight, it's like looking out the window and seeing the beautiful sky, because sometimes it's like so gorgeous, like the pinks and everything. Like, just seeing that makes me feel like life is beautiful. So that would be my advice to you, see more sunrises. And yeah, with that is all of the things that I wanted to say about what I've learned in my life. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoy making these videos because it's a lot more creative than the normal videos that I do, and I wish I had more time to think of things that are more creative like this, like sit down videos where I just talk about like my thoughts and stuff, or like even like not sit down videos. Like I just wish I was more creative for you guys, because I want to make quality content, and like I know I'm not doing that right now, but I still really enjoy making these videos, and for those of you who actually watch them, I really appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below what are some things that you've learned in your life that you want to impart on others. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel, yeah. Wish me a happy birthday. I'm so excited in 2 days to party it up. Hope you guys have yourselves a really good day, and with that, goodbye.